Hello and welcome back, trainers. Today we are in the Halloween Cup and we are trying a almost identical team to our Guzzlord Dark Double Poison line, but instead of Toxicroak, we're using double water poisons in Tentacruel and Toxapex. Toxapex is a monster in this meta, and I mean the same as any other meta, right? It kind of has the power to overcome matchups that it has, type disadvantage just with its bulk in the zeros. So yeah, let's dive straight into the battles. Charger Bug lead is a problem for this team. Obviously, we're core broken horrifically by this thing. And you're going to see now in excess it does a huge amount of damage. It's about 55%. Fun fact though, in the zeros, Charger Bug wins. In the ones and twos, Guzzlord wins. And they end up safe swapping a Toxapex here, saving their Charger Bug, and we're going to chip it and come into our Tentacruel. Now, you could argue that I should come into Toxapex, but I think that this energy is going to be a bit more threatening onto the Charger Bug because I can threaten with an acid spray and they're probably going to have to shield it, right? And after we've done our chip, we are almost certainly going to be able to take this out. If they're going to invest shields, that's also fine. I don't really need switch because everything in the back is kind of weak to Charger Bug. So we are going to just play this horrific slow match out slowly, no point in baiting, and we only get to the acid spray here, and I hope they've not been counting because we don't have the scald actually, and they shield, and this is amazing, right? I'm going to bring in Guzzlord, and I've got a lot of energy here, so I'm going to shield, and these Dragon Tails do a lot. They bring in a Greninja, and I saw so much Greninja. Almost every team I faced had a Greninja on it, and what's great is this team just beats Greninja. Everything on it beats Greninja. They're only throwing resisted moves onto Guzzlord, and they're only throwing Night Slash onto Toxapex, and you can see that does almost nothing. So I'm going to save my shield because the discharge is going to do a whole lot more damage, and we're just going to farm it down here. We just need energy to take their last shield. They get the boost. Thankfully, it's absolutely useless for them, and we are now going to throw in good timing in between. And they no shield that, and we can just farm them down now. GG's trainer. Next match, Toxicroak lead. Now this is terrible. This thing kind of beats our whole team, but it is, not going to be able to beat our whole team because it is super squishy. So Mud Bomb does about 33 to a Toxapex, 45% to a Tentacruel. And they're going to bring in Shadow Scizor. Now, we get a shield here, and this is amazing, right? They're probably going to be running Trailblaze because of Jonkus's video. So, we completely walled all of this energy on our Guzzlord. So we're just going to come in here, hope they're not running Iron Head, and just tank it. We're kind of in a bad matchup already versus the Toxapex. Toxicroak, it's not actually as bad as you would think because these Dragon Tails do so much, and even these Dragon Claws are going to do a lot. So they need to shield that, and this is amazing, right? Now, I've got two shields. The Mud Bomb from a super effective Mud Bomb is probably the thing that's going to do the most damage, and they've got a, Greninja in the back. I'm just going to acid spray this and farm it all the way down, and we are easily going to be able to scald that Toxicroak and take this game. Again, Greninja is everywhere, and it's just got nowhere to go against this line. You're going to see they're going to get a second Night Slash here. Doesn't matter. They're going to get to a third one. We have to shield this, but we know their Toxicroak is dry. And yeah, if you're going to shield against Greninja, you want to shield as late as possible in case they boost. I got kind of lucky and didn't see many boosts. So, fingers crossed, another Charger Bug lead. So, this time, I think we might shield the X-Scissor, knowing that we lose the zero shields. And, okay, no. We're just going to eat that X-Scissor, throw the Brutal Swing. If they outpace us to the second one, right? So, but we get a shield there, which is amazing, and I'm just going to bring in Toxapex. I could just, shield and farm down with my Guzzlord, but I'd rather just save it and see what's in the back, seeing as we've got an ABB. And they bring in a Venusaur. And this also kind of has kind of a strange pick. I guess there's a lot of Greninja running around. And Carbink. I thought there'd be a lot of Carbink. I only saw one, maybe two Carbinks in these 10 battles. And so we're just going to let the Frenzy Plant take out, and I think it's better to just save my shields at this point. Not get my, sacrifice the shield there and then give them farm on whatever comes in to take me out. So we're just going to take the farm and an energy lead, and they're going to bring in a Greninja. So we've got a shield advantage here. Their Charger Bug's energy is going to be a lot more threatening, so I'm going to try and save my shields for that, but we might have to shield one here so we don't get farmed down, because that Charger Bug is still a bit healthy. I'm going to go straight for the Scald here. If they shield, maybe I get an attack debuff. If they don't, well, we get both. Attack debuff and able to farm them down. And now, I think this isn't a bait, right? Because if they no shield this, I farm them down. And if they shield this, then they double debuffed. So I was considering calling a bait here, but I don't think they're going to get to another one in time anyways. They're 2 off, and yeah, GG's trainer. Nidoqueen lead. This is also a bit of a core breaker. You're going to see this Poison Fang does so much damage. I can't remember now how much it really does. Yeah, it does about 24%. And they're going to bring in as wireless. It takes me forever to get out of there. I kind of, it's a new meta. I haven't seen. I was also doing these battles at like 1 AM. They're going to, I'm never shielding my Toxapex. This thing is just so bulky. They're going to get to a body slam here, and I didn't know this at the time because I only checked afterwards, but a Brian does about 17%, and they probably kind of want to switch, so I could have got 2 Brians there. Maybe it wouldn't have taken out, but I think it was very close. Either way, it doesn't matter what this is, we're just going to come in here and farm this all the way down. Wireless doesn't really do much damage, sadly, for how squishy it is, you'd think. This could be an Earth Power, almost never is, but we can't risk it. We've got 2 shields, and we're going to throw the Skull. This would easily take out, and it does. They, assume I'm going to bait, but we big brain. And another Greninja in the back. So I want to try and catch a move here, which is actually a huge misplay. I've got so much energy, so I should have just, tried to get taken that Night Slash on my Tentacruel, thrown this Acid Spray, and then thrown 2 Dragon Claws, and we would win easily. We might actually still win. I don't know if they're at 2. Yeah, no, they're going to outpace us here. And I kind of threw this game. I went 8-2 with this team, and you'll see both games I lost, I could have won. They get the stupid double CMP, not that it matters, but god damn it, Niantic, fix your game. Toxicroak lead again. We beat it last time. We instantly going to go into Toxapex and just see what's in the back. It's a Charger Bug, which isn't as bad as you would think, especially if they try and bait, but you don't bait Toxapex because they don't shield. You're going to see this discharge only does like 40%, and you could argue we shouldn't bait here. I mean, we should, but they no shield, so this is great. I'm going to no shield this. This is great farm for my Guzzlord. They're going to take us out, and if they baited us, we probably would have been able to get to a move there. So we're going to wait out our time and come in Guzzlord, and we're going to get, sadly these Dragon Tails do so much, we only get 2. I'm going to do another Dragon Tail there, because the Dragon Tails are going to add up into this Toxicroak. And again, there's not much that does more damage than that, and it's another Greninja in the back. They've got 2 shields, there's no point in scalding. We're going to just go straight for the Acid Spray debuff. They no shield, but it doesn't even matter, right? We can no shield these and farm them, maybe all the way down. They get the boost here, so we're going to have to shield this next one, because I think this will do more than a Mud Bomb. And yeah, obviously we would love that aligned to our... Okay, yeah, and we're just going to debuff them. We've got some energy on our Guzzlord, and we just need to get to 2 Dragon Claws here, but we'll probably farm them down before that, hopefully. Yeah. Our Tentacruel is probably going to outpace them. I can't remember exactly how this game goes, but this Mud Bomb doesn't take out, which is kind of worst case, and we're going to farm them down before they can get to another Mud Bomb. GG's trainer. S-Cav lead, also atrocious. They pay 7.6 to the draw run, and this does about 50%, but again, Toxapex is here to eat this energy. So they're going to bring in a Drapion, and this is kind of interesting. I was curious what their second move is after watching Homeslice Henry's video, because of all the Carbink that you might see. He reckons that Aqua Tail's the way to go, so I'm hoping this is Aqua Tail, so Guzzlord walls this energy. But yeah, we definitely not winning this matchup, right? Unless they try and farm us all the way down. But they know, they farm, they don't have much residual energy. I believe they only have 2 poison stings, and they're just barely going to get to a crunch. So they won't even make a sludge bomb if they had it. That's fine, they get their defense full, so we have to get out of here super quick, and it's a Nidoqueen in the back. And now this is a horrible bait game. Scald does... Where's Nidoqueen? Scald does 68%, and Earth Power does 79%. So in the zeros, Nidoqueen just barely wins, right, by like 5 HP. But yeah, if I'm going to shield the Poison Fang, it's not going to be the first one, right? So we call a bait there, and now we're not baiting, because we should be able to outpace them. Try and undercharge. This does way too much damage after they've been double debuffed. And now they bring in their S-Cav. I know that I need to get this last shield here, so it's no point baiting. Because if they no shield Acid Spray, we're in trouble. We get the shield, no debuff unfortunately. And I want them to throw, but I see they're going to farm me down, and that's terrible. If they have Mega Horn here, it does 150%. So this will kill every Guzzlord you've ever met. But they don't. So we're going to get to this Brutal Swing. It does so much damage, and we're going to take them out with 1 HP in a dream. Froslass lead. Now this is terrible. They outpace you and they one-shot you. Well, it does about 80%, the Avalanche. So we're going to come in here. The Shadow Ball does about 50%, so we're just going to eat this and see what they've got in the back. Sorry. It does about 50% to a Tentacruel. It does about 40% to a Toxapex. And didn't see what they're bringing in an Umbreon. And this is alright, right? They're going to take us out here, and I kind of want them to take us out so we can get farm on our Guzzlord. Because that energy on Guzzlord is quite threatening. It's super bulky, but it actually has a relatively high attack stat, and so it actually does a lot of damage. And we're going to bank our Toxapex for a catch later, and just come in here because our switch clocks are misaligned. We're going to farm them all the way down, and they probably bring back in their Froslass, and I'm not baiting here. This Brutal Swing does about 60%, so they have to shield or they get farmed down. And now I'm kind of fine to respect this, because it's going to be really hard to get rid of this Froslass if I let this Guzzlord go with all this energy. They bring in a Greninja, and I should probably just farm up here. I'm going to put them into farm range for one of my other mons while and I'm going to catch the Hydra on my Toxapex. This is actually really nice. Kind of unnecessary, but you know, we save our Guzzlord, we save more HP on our Tentacruel, and this is kind of unwinnable for them now. Yeah, this nice slash does basically nothing. We've got farm everywhere. Their Froslass comes in. This is maybe a mistake. I don't even build up to the Scald, and they're going to no-shield it, but I think I can now just farm them down, right? They're going to farm up to 2, but I've got a shield. I'll just let Tentacruel go and farm it down with Guzzlord. They know it's over, and we just take the game. Acid Spray, I must say, came in so clutch. I was umming and ahhing if I should run Sludge Wave, but yeah, Acid Spray came in so clutch. I knew they were going to try and catch this, and I still, you know, farm like 3 over, and they still catch it on their Toxapex, which is kind of bad. Their Carbink has a lot of energy, and it obviously a Moonblast easily turns Guzzlord into Guzzwimp. But this is kind of fine, right? Because they gave me so much energy, and their rock throw damage is about the same as the Brine damage. I don't know if that's a bait or why. You never throw Brine, it's such a bad move. Sludge Wave, if they're the same effectiveness, is definitely the way. And because of that, we're going to maybe now be able to either grab a shield or take switch here. They Brine again. I don't know. They think maybe I want to switch bad enough that I'm going to shield. And they Brine again. This definitely doesn't take us out. So I'm going to just keep farming until I'm on 1 HP to deny the if they let this go, the next one that comes in, give it as minimal farm as possible. And we get a shield, and this is amazing, right? I don't care about... Oh, they don't even get to a move. Oh, this is amazing. So they bring back in their Carbink. I do a Dragon Tail there for absolutely no reason. Oh, I wanted to catch a Moonblast onto my Tentacruel, because they're at it. Something in the back is kind of weak to Tentacruel, so they're staying in, but this is great, right? Because whatever it is, if it's not great against Guzzlord, I can come in, farm it down, and maybe... They let that Scald go on their Carbink, and now it's low enough that maybe Guzzlord can handle it. I kind of make a mistake here. Although I need the farm on Guzzlord, right? Maybe I shouldn't even throw this acid spray. They're getting to a return here no matter what, so I'm shielding, and this is going to do a lot of damage. Because Carbink is hardly getting to 2 moves here, right? I also am scared they bait me here, but I decide it's not worth it, and they end up not baiting. And this is amazing, right? These Dragon Tails are doing so little damage, but we get to a Dragon Claw. It's going to take the shield, and they're so low that we can get to another Dragon Claw on good timing here. Against 3-turn against a 2-turn move, you always throw an odd number, so 1, 3, 5, 7, and we make it and outpace them. Froslass lead. They instant swap out, and this makes me think that they have 2 hard answers to Guzzlord. Well, they must have 3, because Froslass is a pretty hard answer as well. They no shield this, and this is kind of amazing, right? Toxicroak is a problem for this team, so if we can get it down, that's going to be great. We obviously no shielding. We're going to no shield this, and pretty sure we survive. I've got a very high rank Toxapex, and we just barely survive. On 1 HP, this is going to take the shield or switch, and I should know that they have an answer for Guzzlord in the back. I should bring Guzzlord in here. The fact that they swapped out of a good matchup. But I bring in Tentacruel here, assuming that it's a bit of a better matchup, and I try and catch a Shadow Ball, and they're like, no, and they have a Clefable in the back. Now, one thing I didn't think about, and you'll see afterwards, is Clefable can learn Psychic, so I assumed that my Tentacruel walled this energy, and that I would just, take it low. We both got 2 shields, and then farm it all the way down. So I know shield this, assuming a Shadow Ball will do more damage. You'll see a Psychic does like 65%, and that's a problem now. Now we're basically in farm down range, and I think if they shield this, I can get to 2 Scalds. They read me like a book. I actually don't even get to 2 Scalds, so it was kind of a loose condition for them to no shield that. If I went Scald there, it only does like 50%, so it wouldn't really have done that much. It does 48%. Greninja, this is amazing, right? You're going to see this Hydro Cannon only does like 25%. They try and catch, and this is amazing. They gave us so much energy, and then bring in a Froslass. This is a good match for Froslass on even energy. If you have a 2 Dragon Claw head start, you can flip all the matchups. So I'm not batting here because they might no shield, and they do, and we just get rid of it. This is amazing, right? So wondering what's in the back. Their switch clock is still not up, so we're going to just bring in our Toxapex into this, eat the drill run, throw Brian's, try and get this low. We know that their Greninja has nowhere to go. Something that really shocked me about this cup is I've always thought in my mind, there's almost nothing that beats Greninja in CMP. It's not even top 3 in this meta, and you'll see I'm going to do a CMP tier list a bit later. And yeah, so that shocked me. And Escav isn't even the top bracket. Escav is also super attack weighted, but it's nowhere near the top. This meta is super attack weighted. So we know that this draw run is definitely the thing that's doing the most damage. This Greninja has a shield, so we're just going to throw Acid Spray and debuff. You could say I should have thrown it sooner, but we're at the back-to-back. I'm going to make a classy catch here for no reason, and playing this kind of weird. The Night Slash isn't even going to threaten us, so I forgot that there is coming to the back. So we farm up to the back-to-back here. That was actually really clutch, and they know that their win con is me throwing as a spray bait, but we're not baiting, we have the back-to-back. So I went 8-2 with this team right as the meta came live, and yeah, it worked really well for me and some of my gym breakers partners. You know, I'm seeing some other videos where people are recommending Toxicroak, which does core break this team quite hard, and Charger Bug, but you know, we've got all mons that play into Mandy, everything is playing to Nidoqueen, and I think those are kind of the big core breakers. Yeah, so if you like this team, give it a try. Please give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. We really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.